What's going on? Crazy times in the US, and it's actually a perfect time to talk about something that I'm really passionate about, that's really important, and that's casting vision. And I'm just going to share real quickly. I was having a conversation last night. Oop, didn't mean for my finger to get up in the picture, but I was sharing last night with somebody that I met here in San Antonio about the importance of vision in our life. And the example that I used was his vision is like a roadmap for how to get ahead or how to find your destination. And I said, imagine if you didn't know where you were at, and I told you you had to get to New York City without a map, without a GPS, without the ability to ask anybody how to get there, and you didn't know your starting point. How difficult would it be? And you can't have a starting point unless you know where you're going. And this is why vision is so important. And vision really should be the thing that guides your life, that guides your principles, that guides your yes and your no's. It's something that is so important for us to understand. Now, it's important to understand in business. It's important to understand in your personal life. It's important to understand in your family life, right? I have a vision for my children. I want them to be men and women who are kind, compassionate, that are successful, that don't settle in life, that believe that they can accomplish anything that they set their mind to, right? And I even have more specific things than that for them, that I think about, that I dream about for them, that I pray about for them, that I want to see come to pass in their life. And in my business, there are things that I want to see come to pass, and I have very specific goals, and I want to cast that vision not only into my family's life, but my business life, my personal life, and for you guys as a team. If you guys will remember, a couple of months back, I changed the title of the group to Team Revolution, Freeing the Oppressed. And, we really have a powerful opportunity to change the lives of people. Now, that could be on one side of the spectrum where you just help with the sex trafficking and you are investing time and money into that very worthwhile project. Or it could be where you take a more leadership role and you begin to help people understand that they don't have to settle, and that there's a way for them to make an extra $300 to $500 a month or more, right? And this is so important for several different reasons. When we look around the world today and everything that's going on between the coronavirus and the politics and the craziness of this world, how much of a difference does $300 to $500 a month make to somebody? It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit, right? So when we talk about casting vision, it's important that you understand where you're at, so that you can get to where you want to go. And when you guys, we're getting to the end of the year, we're going to have the ability to start looking at goal setting and New Year's resolutions and those kind of things. But I want to just briefly share a checklist of sorts that will help you in casting vision in your personal life, your family life, your business life, in this group, or whatever endeavors that you find yourself. So number one, vision is going to bring clarity. So when I write down that in the next 12 months, I want to be debt free, or I want to make an additional $5,000 per month, whatever the story is, it brings into clarity your goal, your vision, because then you've set it, you're going to write it down. So it's going to bring clarity. It's also going to bring connectedness, right? So as I begin to cast vision, I begin to really look at where I want to go. Other people will then kind of coalesce with me, birds of a feather flock together, right? It's going to create a connectedness that's going to help empower me and push me into that next stage of what I need in order to really to really be successful. It's also going to provide me with a clear purpose. If my goal, if my vision is I want to set free 250 women and children that have been trafficked, once I get that goal or that vision, I can then backwards plan. How do I get to there? How do I get to a place where I can set those people free? What do I need? I need finances. I need people. And dot 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 dot. It really defines purpose for you. Obviously, to me, when I talk about vision, you could almost interchange that word with goal. Okay. So it's going to really bring into focus your goals, which are going to support that vision. And you should have an action step, multiple steps that help you achieve that vision. Okay. It should really be honest. When you look at it, it's got to be realistic and honest. But when I say realistic, I don't mean easy. You could say I want to earn $5 million in the next 5 years, and that's realistic. Okay. It's difficult, but it's realistic. So our vision should be realistic and it should be honest. Okay. It's also going to help create stories, and stories are so powerful. And I've said this to you guys before: facts tell, stories sell. Okay. And it's so important that when we're talking about our vision, that it lends to stories, because it doesn't. It's really important because stories tie people into the relationship with you, and they tie things into your vision. If I brought in a survivor of trafficking into our group and then interviewed them, that story would resonate and connect with you on a much deeper level. It's also got to challenge you. The truth is that a vision that doesn't challenge you is not a vision. I don't even think it would be wishful thinking. When you put things on a vision board or when you write things down that you want to accomplish, it should challenge you to your core. And it actually should be out of reach from who you are as a person today. It needs to be something that is so almost like it's imagination, because it's going to stretch and grow you to reach into that destiny, that potential, that vision, right? It should be something that ignites your passion. Ray Higdon says this, and I'm sure he stole it from somewhere, like I'm going to steal it from him. But you'll never do something that makes you into something you hate, right? If you despise something, no matter how much you try to make yourself do it, you might get it done a couple of times, 3 times, 4 times. But the truth is over the course of time, you're not going to get it done, because there's such a strong emotional connection, right? However, if you're sick of waking up in the morning and dropping your kids off at a babysitter's so that you can go work to feed your family, and you set a goal to where you can be the one taking your kids to school, you're the one feeding them, you're the one taking care of them, and you need to get to a financial place where that's a reality in your life, that is passion. That would ignite anyone. I love being able to drop my kids off at school, to pick them up from school, to be so involved in their lives. And I have a lot of room to grow even in that area as a single dad, right? You've also got to be able to model the vision, right? It can't be something so far out into space that you can't model it, right? You've got to be able to show people what that looks like and be an example to them. And it's got to be strategic. At the end of the day, a vision needs to be grounded in a reality that allows you to be strategic and to really click off several different steps to get there. And I just want, as I close this out, I want to challenge you guys that this week, find a way to help friends and family cast vision for their lives, find something for you to begin to speak and write vision that's going to propel you into 2021. I think that we can all agree we're ready for 2020 to be over, but we've got 60 days left. 55 days left. And I want to encourage you, cast vision. Start looking at it now. Don't wait till December. Start to look at how can you help people with vision? How can you develop a vision in your own life? And what does that look like for you? And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully this was useful for you, helpful for you, and we'll talk soon.